Hello, hello.
I'm a big slow.
That's louder than I thought. You know, this song made me think of you, Nia.
Really? I love that
For a
song.
few reasons. Hey, hello, hello. Yes, get it.
I love that song. That was
Hello, Nia. Hello. Okay,
good.
I have to ask. Do you know why this song made me think of you?
No, tell me.
Okay,
You
a
want to
couple
break
of
the show?
reasons. You guys, hello, hello. Welcome to Growing in Gentleness. This song, you guys, this is Nia. Y'all can get to know her formally here in a second. But this song makes me think of you. Do you remember we were in Florida and we were part of a group that had to perform? And
That was our group song.
this is our group song.
And I
Also,
made it.
yes. And isn't that New Orleans kicking the song off? New Orleans,
Yes.
okay, New
Yes.
Orleans is in the
Yes.
building.
Big
Yes.
Peter.
So again, hello, you guys. Welcome to Growing in Gentleness. I am Elise, founder of Parenting for the Culture. And today, listen, y'all, don't get spoiled. We would not have a special guest every week. I can guarantee you that. But we do have another special guest this week. This is Nia Ross, the Nia Ross. You guys, she is a licensed master social worker, soon to be clinical.
Yes.
She is also an author. You can search her name on Amazon for a host of books and journals. And she is also the CEO of Healing with Nia, who is about all things wellness and mental health. And she hosts things as far as not just workshops, but also wellness sessions as well. So honored to have you here, Nia. Thank you so much for being here. Anything else you want to share about yourself?
Thank you for the invite. Actually, that was perfect. I actually like the intro. I never even thought about relating that. Forgot all about Florida. One, so that was perfect. I loved it. Again, I'm Nia. I am blessed and honored to be here on your platform on today. And I'll just say that as a social worker, I am based out of Dallas and also Utah. So I have clients in Utah also. So if you're watching from Utah, you can book me also.
Yes, I love it. So as I named, we met in Florida. It's actually where we met. We were both a part of a speaker boot camp. We just went to really, get grounded in this passion and purpose of ours. It just met a lot of amazing people, including Nia. And we just connected. I remember we was on the elevator when we first met. I'm like, girl, where you from? Because I hear New Orleans all in that. And so, of course, that is where she was from. Like you said, she's based in Dallas now. But I am super excited to have Nia here today because I recognize that last week was kind of heavy for some people. We talked about attachment. And I think it's so easy for parents to get in this cycle of being critical towards ourselves. And the reality is that that's just not healthy. And as much as I can say, be kind towards yourself, be gentle, like it is truly a skill set that has to be learned and practiced. And one thing I want to be very clear about as we talk about, gentle parenting, conscious parenting, peaceful parenting, whatever you want to call it, as we talk about this every week, I want parents to remember that it is super important that when we talk about gentle parenting, being gentle starts with us. You have to be gentle to yourself before we try to extend this gentleness to our kids. And so that's why I wanted to invite Nia here today. We just want to have a brief conversation and where she want to talk about a few things related to showing compassion towards ourselves and being gentle with ourselves. But she's also going to walk us through some things as it relates to breath work and gentleness. So let me just first ask you, Nia. So I'm saying breath work. Like, why is that? We live in a society, everybody say, just breathe, right? Just take a deep breath. And some people don't know why they're even saying it. It's still good. It's still good. But can you kind of talk to us about why is being aware of our breath? So when we're talking about being gentle with ourselves, why is that even important or relevant?
It's so important to just remember to breathe. Just in general, people say breathe. The reason why you're breathing is, for one, it helps you stay alive. Let's not forget that. You have to breathe to stay alive. But two, when you breathe, you get to a sense of being able to release everything that you're feeling. So just imagine breathing now is you're breathing out those toxins. And when you breathe in, try to breathe in light, peace, prosperity. Try to breathe in like things that's more motivating and breathe out all the stress that you're feeling. So it's so important to just remember to just breathe because just throughout the day in general, you are taking in so many different things at one time. It's time to just release it and let it out of your body and say, you know what, you don't have a place here. You don't
Mm-hmm.
have a place here in my body. So I think that it's important to understand that when you are breathing, it is a moment for you to be able to input what you want into your body and release what you no longer want there.
Mm. Input what you want and release what you don't. And I think it's so important. Like you said, it's important to breathe. Like you said, we're always breathing, right? We're
Mhm,
alive, we're breathing, but
mhm.
intentional breathing
Yes.
is different from the breathing we're doing, minute to minute, second to second.
Mhm.
So my question then becomes, then when we talk about breathing and the need to be intentional with our breath, how does that connect to parenting, and why is that important for parents in particular?
I'll say model behavior. What your children see is what they will model when they leave the house, right? It always starts in the household. It's the foundation in the household. So if you are practicing, let me stop a moment, let me breathe. And for those who say, I don't remember to breathe, I'm just going throughout the day, my day is busy. Most of us got an Apple Watch. And the Apple Watch literally give us alerts that say it's time to breathe. But a lot of us say, I ain't got time for that right now.
Mm,
But just imagine yourself as a parent, right? Let's say that you guys are putting away the groceries and it says it's time to breathe, and everybody just stop and say, you know what, let's just do some breath work right now. That helps stimulate your oxygen in your bloodstream. So it helps your blood just keep flowing the way it should flow. And then now the children are like, Mama, did you breathe today? Daddy, can we breathe?
mm,
They're thinking about it. So I think it's important to model that behavior just as a parent to remember to breathe because you're teaching your children, hey, let's stop for a second and let's pause and let's be still. It's
mm,
the stillness of it. And the children understand, like, hey, I'm playing on the playground, but hold on, let me catch my breath for a second. Let me
That's
breathe for a second. So just that model behavior.
That's good. And I know we have talked about also how behavior is always communicating a need. And a
Right.
lot of times I notice not just with my own kids, but also with the children of parents that I work with,
Mhm.
a lot of times that need is the need to learn how to regulate, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
something we also often expect kids to self-regulate, but to be honest, that part of their brain is not even online
Right.
until around the age of 3, right? And it
Right.
starts to
Hmm.
mature around 7, but the
Hmm.
skill to self-regulate is developed through co-regulation. So that means me partnering with my child and letting
Hmm.
them literally borrow from my nervous system to calm
Hmm.
theirs down, right? And so again,
Yeah.
that starts with me. And so
Yes.
learning to be gentle with ourselves as parents so we can,
Hmm.
like you said, model that behavior, but also
Hmm.
guide our kids through that. That's so that's
Absolutely.
so true. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
I like what you like the way that you broke that down because you said just to be easy with yourself, right? Just for the parents to just remember to just be calm with self. I think that a lot of parents hold so much weight on their shoulder about being such a great parent that they forget about themselves.
Mm.
I want to talk about that.
Come on, let's talk about it,
You
Nia.
know, parents, you literally you want to be the best parent ever. You want to make sure that they have what they need, they don't go without. You want to make sure that they have the good grades, they're the scholar, they're this, they're that. But what are you showing them about yourself?
Hmm.
Are you showing them that you get easily agitated or frustrated or annoyed? Or are you showing them, hey, mommy and dad is talking softer right now, or mom and dad is listening to understand and not just listening to what the teacher said about what I did, but listening to me about what actually happened. What is my parents doing? Parents, you have to remember to just have compassion for yourself because when you keep going and going and going, that's all your children see. That's all they see.
That's good, Nia. You just reminded me of I saw so I'm in like a lot of different parenting groups on social media, and I saw a post today actually where a mom, she was just being honest, and I really admire her vulnerability, right? And
Mhm.
her honesty about how she was feeling. And she shared some images of her kids, and she just named in her post how she just really is in this place of beating herself up because when she
Mhm.
looked at pictures of her kids when they was younger, she said it just really puts her in a sad and depressed state because she realized she was not the best parent for them then. Now, mind
Mm.
you, her kids are still fairly young. They both are
Yes,
still under 10. But she said
yes,
when she look at pictures of them now, she can see the glow, right? And how they are benefiting from this evolved way that she's now parenting. And I think so many parents feel that way where they are still beating themselves up.
mhm.
But like as we are learning, right? Again, the purpose of even this weekly live is to grow and evolve, right? To
Right.
consider new possibilities,
Mhm.
to explore maybe new ideas for our parents that we may have not considered. But we're
Mm.
not careful, we'll let condemnation creep in. We'll let
Mm.
guilt creep in. We'll let shame creep in. But
Yeah.
we have to remember, parents, if you don't hear anything else, please hear me when I say this. Every parent parents the best they know how with what they know. Right. And the
Yes.
beautiful thing in that and the grace in that is that we can go from our best to better as we learn more. And so
Yes.
one thing I encourage that mom with is the same gentleness she is now showing her kids, the same kindness she is now
Mhm.
showing her kids, the same respect she is now showing her kids, to not forget to show that to herself also.
You know,
Because she did the best she could, right?
yes, when it comes down to that, I say this: there's no right and wrong way to parent. It's
Mm,
what your way is. I don't care how many parenting books you buy,
mm,
how much advice that you receive from people to say, do it this way, do it that way. Everybody household is ran and operated different.
mm,
And the way you raise your children is the way you are continuing to raise yourself. Because guess what? After 18, it's time to parent yourself now. And
mm,
I'm not saying that you don't have active parents, but what I'm saying is after you turn 18, I'll say 21. Because at 18, you're in college. So I say 21. At 21, it's time to put on your big girl panties or your big boy, boxers and say, you know what? What's life now? How do I create this life? Because my parents created this life for me on this side. But now I'm this age, and what life do I want to create for myself?
mm,
That's when you can incorporate so much gentleness just within, and just going throughout your day, going throughout your life, being less hard on yourself,
mm,
because people are so hard on you, or may have been so hard on you, to where you are hard on yourself, and now you are at a place where you like, you know what, I wasn't the best parent, or
mm,
I could have done this different. There's a saying that says shoulda, coulda, woulda, but what are you doing now?
mm,
We
yeah.
shoulda, coulda, woulda did that. We can't go backwards. But what are you doing now? And I promise you, it won't go unnoticed. The shift in your behavior, the shift in your attitude as a parent won't go unnoticed. And sometimes, parents like to keep things from kids. That's
Mm,
actually going on. Vulnerability is not within a lot of households.
mm,
I think it's okay for parents to, when the kids come in and you sit down and say, you know what? I didn't have a good day at work today.
mm,
Would you guys mind just going to take your bath, and how about a pizza that I just pop in the oven because I'm not feeling too great to cook tonight. I just didn't have such a great day. That model behavior. So it's like, oh, okay, we're gonna do this instead of yelling and screaming, go take a bath and cooking when you don't have the energy to cook. You gotta
mm,
be gentle with yourself, and you gotta be honest with your kids. You gotta
mm.
be vulnerable. So then when they come home from school, they say, I didn't have such a great day.
Mm. And what I just heard and what you named is building emotional intelligence. So in the scenario you just named, that parent honored we're gonna talk about that another week, but that parent honored their emotions, right? By
Yes.
just naming, and it's so much power in that. Did you know even just naming our emotion, it literally allows our brain to process it in a way that alone calms down the part of our brain that has us in that fight or flight mode, the amygdala. Just naming
Mhm.
the emotion and sitting
Mhm.
with it for at least 90 seconds
Yes.
calms our brain from getting
Yes.
out of this fight or flight state. Like that's so
Yes.
good. Like so we're gonna really unpack that another week, but that's so true. It sounds so
Mhm.
simple at so powerful. And I want to just speak really quickly to what you named about not a right or wrong way to parent, because have you heard of the it's a show out that I just got put on. It's called The Parent Test. Have you heard of that?
When I seen it, I thought of you. I was like, she needs to be on this show. She needs to get on. She needs to be a keynote. She could do something with this show, be in the audience, something. As
So
soon as
many
I
people
see
have
that
said
on
that,
you.
reach out like anywho, but I thought of that when you said that because like it's so many different parenting style, and I mean when I tell you like this, I love this show, okay, and I'm like a straight up nerd for it because what I love the beauty, and so it was so brilliant how they set it up, because my thing is every single parenting style on there we can all learn something from
Yes.
every single one, right? And so they
Mhm.
are setting up to where these are different ways people are parenting, but
Mhm.
it's something that can be pulled from everyone. And here's the thing, I wouldn't necessarily say it's not a right or wrong, but we always need to ask the question, what are the pros and cons of this style? Because
Mm.
the reality is, I know everybody parents with the intent to do well by their child, right?
Yes.
Because we love our kids and we
Yes.
want to do the best for our kids, but we
Yes.
have to ask the questions to really unpack, is this the best? Because it's many times, not just in parenting, we can have the best intentions, but it
Mm.
does not have the best outcome, right?
Yes.
And so
Yes.
just really being honest with ourselves and getting beyond this, because this is what I feel, this is what I know, or this
Right.
is what I experience. Let's do
Right.
some research, right? Let's ask some questions, do some observations, and just take
Mhm.
a step back to really have a different lens versus this is what I know, right? And so
Yes.
that I love that show. I love this show. If y'all haven't heard of it, check it out. It's called The Parent Test. Actually, a new episode gonna be out this Thursday, so y'all check that out. The
Yes.
have a live about that one week, but it's a good show. It's a good show. So Nia, we talked about breathing, right, and the power
Mhm.
of that, the importance of showing compassion to ourselves, being gentle with ourselves, and
Mhm.
so we'll be remiss to not ask you to walk us through a
Yes.
breathing exercise
Yes.
for parents or caregivers who are listening. If you're
Mhm.
able, I would encourage you to get by yourself.
Yeah.
If you're not able to do that right now, no worries. This live will still be up. Come back to it when you're able to have some time to yourself. But Nia's actually going to walk us through a breathing exercise that we can practice right now, but
Mhm.
also one you can come back to and add to our regular daily practice. Being present is a practice.
Yes.
It is a practice. We talk about mindfulness all the time, but I love the picture of being mindful, meaning being in the
Mhm.
present moment versus
Mhm.
having a mind full, right? Things all
Right.
through our mind. We got to do this, got to do that, got to take the kids here. Like it always, it's always something to do. But being mindful, being in the present moment, not thinking
Yeah.
about what's coming up, not thinking about what just happened, is truly a practice that has to be learned and cultivated.
Mhm.
So, Nia, I'm gonna
Mhm.
turn it back over to you to just kind of walk us through what they can look like.
Okay, I'm going to walk you through 4, 7, 8 breath work on today. Before I start, I just want to just give you a background. When you have intentional breathing, when you are practicing breath work, you get a sense of clarity, you get communication, connection, peace, love, and even gratitude. And I'm sorry about that. I'm a dog mom, so you might hear Hunter back. So hopefully she don't mess up our breathing. Hopefully she don't mess up our breathing, but because she does mess up my meditation sometimes. But just remember, breath work. The importance of breath work is to create feelings of openness. So on today, I'm going to walk you through. There's several breathing techniques out there. So this is only one. So you have to find what works for you. So this one is 4, 7, 8. So what I encourage you to do is lower your gaze or close your eyes if you feel comfortable. And I'm going to ask that you actually sit down and sit straight up with your feet flat on the ground. And if it helps, if you move with your hands a lot like I do, if it helps, sit on your fingers, sit on your hands. Like actually put it underneath your thighs, and I'll do it with you guys because now it's your posture is different. You're actually sitting straight up. So you lower your gaze or you close your eyes, whatever you feel safe with. When I count to 4, I'm going to encourage you to inhale. And when you inhale, I want you to imagine inhaling only positive words, whatever that means to you. When you inhale, I'm going to also ask that you do not inhale from your chest. You inhale from your stomach. You're going to fill your lungs with air. And then when I count to 7, that means you're going to hold your breath for 7 seconds. And then when I count to 8, I want you to exhale. Exhale slowly, but when you exhale, you're going to exhale all of the negative feelings that you felt today, all of the negative thoughts that you felt today. You're going to release the toxins out of your body and you're going to nourish your mind, body, and soul. So on my count, you're going to inhale on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to do it again. Inhale on 4, only positive thoughts. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to do one last time. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When you're ready, you're going to open back your eyes and come back to the present moment. And, I just drop in the chat box if you're able to. And I'm just going to ask Elise to give feedback on how did that make you feel? Just give me a feeling. It can be one word, it can be 2 words. How did that make you feel?
Relaxed, calm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you 3. Present.
Present.
Yes.
I like that. Relax, present, and calm. I like it. Have you had a moment to breathe today, just out of the day of being a parent?
I have. So I really try to make that a practice. I love how you even said like even because I ain't got to the point of ignoring my warnings on my watch to like just nope, ain't got time for that right now. Nope. Silence that. But oh my God, I really have not so got back in the habit of paying attention to that when I wear my watch. But also even setting a reminder in my phone, just reminding me because if I don't have my watch, because I don't wear it faithfully, to be honest, one thing I will always have is my phone, and so I try to be intentional about setting a reminder to breathe. So I have today. I try to make that a practice, but it never gets old. It never gets old. So this moment was so necessary, so helpful. And even though, like I said, for some people it may sound so simple, but when I tell you it's a lifestyle change to make it a practice to be mindful, a practice to be present. Because like I always say, like being a parent is not about being perfect. It's about being present. And breath work is one way that we can be intentional about being present. So thank you so much, Nia.
Yes. And I'm so happy that you are breathing and see model behavior. She's doing it, guys. So if you take anything from, this live, just remember to breathe. Even in the midst of chaos, even in the midst of your day being busy, set the alarm like Elise does. I think that's awesome. I might set the alarm too because I do. I'm not gonna say I'm perfect at breathing when my Apple Watch tells me. So I may do the same thing. Is just set that alarm throughout my workday to just take a moment to stop and just breathe. So I like that. Thank you.
Of course. And I just want to share a parenting win from today. So even though we know, developmentally is not expected, and it's still not right for kids to be able to just be perfect and self-regulated. Shoot, as adults, we're not perfect at it, right? Like you said, that model behavior, and as we are intentional about building that muscle for our kids today, our son, he was upset. We're getting in the car, getting ready to go. Actually, get ready to go to church, and he was upset. Oh, he wanted to put himself in the car. That was my fault. he wanted to put himself in the vehicle. I'm like, baby, we running behind. I need to pick you up and put you in here right now. And so he was upset about that. And I was like, baby, I'm gonna let you do it. When we're leaving church, you're gonna be able to get yourself in the car. And
Mhm.
okay. He said,
Oh,
he took about 3 breaths on, and I was like,
wow.
really touching me. Yeah, I
But
know.
yeah,
Do they get it
yeah.
right every time? No, but we're building that muscle, right? And
Mhm,
so
mhm.
through modeling, through,
Absolutely.
practice, like, but that just really blessed me. So parents, it's possible. If I have any toddler parents listening, just put T in the chat so I can know to be praying for you. And know that we can practice that with our babies, even at that age, even at teachable tools. God, don't call them.
Mhm,
Don't call us the
mhm.
teachable tool because we're teaching. And so even at that age, it's a skill that can be built and developed. So listen, Nia, thank you for your work.
Problem, yes.
Your
Mhm,
passion, like you out here changing lives for real. And so I'm just so honored that you will even share this space with us
mhm.
today. So y'all be sure
Absolutely.
to thank Nia in the chat. Nia, let the people know where they can find you and follow you.
Yes. So on Facebook, you can follow me at Nia NEE-YA Ross, and on Instagram, Healing with Nia _. So you guys can find me on both platforms. Like, share, and comment because I do lives also. So sometimes you may catch a breathwork series from there if you need a breathing technique to do.
Yes, I love it. Thank you so much, Nia.
No problem.
And
Thank you.
until next time, you guys keep growing in gentleness. Y'all have a good
Yes.
one.
Bye bye.